Hey there, bud. Welcome to another episode of Three Toe Customs. I'm your host with the most, Three Toe Joe. If you didn't know, well, now you know. What do we got going on today? Well, today we're going to be testing out a set of these NICECNC Door Bags for the Polaris RZR 1000 XP. Nice. So, if you own a side-by-side, you know that you can never have too many storage compartments. These side-by-sides don't usually come with a whole lot, and the ones that they do come with aren't usually the most waterproof out there. So what's nice about these is they are water resistant, so you can put some stuff in here that you want to keep dry, and it'll do a really good job at that. So before we go ahead and we install these bags here on our Polaris RZR, I'm just going to go through a couple of the features that I noticed on here that I really liked. First things first is the zipper, the main zipper for the main pouch. On some of the other ones that I've owned in the past, the zipper was right on the top, and it was kind of exposed, so I never had any too many issues, but you know, after time with zippers and stuff like that, dirt getting in, and you're definitely going to end up having issues. So what I find nice is they put their zipper down behind a flap here, so it's nice and well protected, you know, and you know, you open it up and you definitely got lots of room in there. You can put all kinds of stuff, tools, your phone maybe. I've carried my phone in bags like these before safely, and as you can tell behind me, I definitely like to get wet and dirty. A second nice option here that I noticed on this bag compared to some of the other ones that I've had is the knee pad. A lot of them that I've seen, the knee pad is sealed up in there and you can't remove the foam out of it. So what will happen with these types of bags after a while is they will lose a bit of their water resistance and stuff like that, especially if you spend time in a lot of deep water. You know, it's possible that your pad could end up getting wet, and what will happen if you can't remove it to dry it out is it'll start rotting, and then you'll start getting some smells from it, which ain't very ideal. So what's nice about these NICECNC bags here is they actually have a zipper where you can remove your foam piece out of your bag. So if ever it does get wet, you can dry it out, you know, or if you need to replace it, you can go ahead and do that. So that's a really nice feature that I noticed. And I mean, I assume as well, if maybe you're like me and you have short legs and you don't make use of the knee pads, you could just remove the foam and use it as an extra storage compartment, right? Another quick nice feature is these bags do have the nice mesh front pouch here in the front, so if you want to put something less valuable in there that you're not too worried about getting wet, that's always nice. And then I noticed here on the side, compared to some of the other bags that I had that didn't have this extra option, is you have this flap here that buttons up, and what that does is when you open that up, it unleashes a nice little pouch here, and it looks about the right size to fit, you know, a smaller water bottle, maybe a can of pop, something about that size in there. So definitely a nice little extra option to have on there for as much storage as possible, right? Like I say, on these machines, you can never have too many storage compartments. So with all that said, let's go ahead, let's get these installed, see how they fit, and then we'll give them a little test. How's that sound? All right, so to get these door bags installed, really nothing to it, takes no time at all. All you're going to need to do this is a T25 Torx bit. Myself personally, I have mine added here onto my little impact driver. Really comes in handy for making short work of these kinds of things. And you're only going to have to remove 5 bolts from your door. And if you guys come in a little closer, I'll show you exactly which ones to remove here. Okay, so the bolts you're going to need to remove are this one right here, these two, and these two right here. So basically 5 bolts, like I said, really takes no time, especially if you have a tool like this. So let's go ahead and we'll get these removed here. Make sure we're turning it the right way. There we go, ready to install our bag. Nice. All right, so to get your bag mounted up, all you're going to need to do is just make sure you got the right one on the proper side. And they are marked with left and right too, so it takes a little confusion out of that for you. Then you're just going to go ahead and you're just going to get this first one lined up is what I like to do to get these bags on, because sometimes they can be a little bit tight to get on there. Just get that started finger tight. And then what I'll do after that is normally I'll come and I'll do the rear bolts secondly. So that way there, if I need to do some stretching or anything like that, the center bolts aren't going to prevent me from doing that. There we go. So now once we got our 2 ends, then we're just going to go ahead and get the middles lined up. Okay, so to test out the bags, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the owner's manual for my Honda Civic in there, mainly because it's made of paper and it looks like it'll fit nice in this pouch. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dump about 600 milliliters of water slowly over the bag, and then we'll let it sit for a minute and see if anything penetrates. And if it does, we'll definitely be able to tell on our owner's manual here. So let's go ahead and get that done. Look at that, perfect fit. Nice. So, and like I said, we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to slowly pour some water over the top of it where it can sit in here in the crease especially. And as you can tell, the water is not even staying on this, it's just beading right off. So I would imagine that they have a nice coating on here to help bead the water off so it doesn't soak into the material. Like I said, I'm getting some water here in the nice crease, so it's sitting here. On the front of the bag, I mean, the water will not even stay. Just beads right off. Alright, so we'll just let this sit here for a couple minutes, and we'll come check our book here in about 5 minutes, and then we'll see how she makes out. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes here that this has been sitting. Basically, any water that actually did stay on the bag, like up here on the top, is basically evaporated at this point. And so all we're going to do here is we're just going to open her up. We're going to pull out our book and see if it got wet. No, there you have it. Still nice and dry, the same as when I put it in there. Nothing changed at all. No dampness on it even. So that tells me that these here bags here are quite water resistant. Like I said, I just poured about 600 milliliters of water, and I let some water sit up on the top here, and that basically all disappeared, evaporated, and I feel around in the bag here and there's no wetness in it whatsoever. The book is not even a little bit wet, so definitely water resistant, so you can feel safe about putting some stuff in here. And you know, as long as you're not submerging it underwater for any period of time, you can feel pretty safe that it'll keep your stuff safe for you. All right, so there you have it. The NICECNC bags, definitely water resistant. They fit really nice here on our Polaris RZR 1000 XP, no fitment issues whatsoever. So I'd like to really thank NICECNC for hooking me up with these bags, giving me the chance to test them out for them. And the cool thing is they're not just hooking me up. That's right, they're hooking you up as well. So if you go down to the description of this video, you'll find a link there to their website for these bags, and you'll also find a code that'll be good for a discount on them. How's that? Nice. So if you found this video helpful or informative at all, or maybe just entertaining, please go ahead, smash those subscribe and notification buttons. It really goes a long way towards helping me build my channel A-Buddies. But for now, I got me some work to do. So keep the shiny side up and all four on the floor, and we'll catch you on the flip side.